Hey everybody, welcome back. We have moved locations. We're in a BLM land right now, next to a little creek, slow flowing creek. It could get higher, looks like, but just look at the view behind me though. All these sandstone rocks everywhere. Beautiful little valley. We'll show you more of that here in the video, but the whole area down here. Yeah, with quick update on my package again. I thought it was all over and done with, so I left the area of Kanab and came up here, not too far away, 25 miles or so. And because yesterday morning when I got my notification, it said return to origin in Fresno, California. And then yesterday afternoon, I got an update, packages delivered. And it showed the Kanab address. So I'm like, I already left there. I'm not going back to get it, 60-mile round trip to go get, diesel igniter. So I went ahead and just waited to see what is going to happen, and I ordered a new one that'll be here in next week in the next town to the north as we're getting towards our campground. So, and then today I noticed that the delivered status was changed to refunded. So maybe that's done with on that side. I don't know, but it was really confusing. But yeah, so hopefully the next one coming in next week will not be as confusing as this last one that never made it to this side of the state. It was returned from the other side of the state and returned back to California. So it never even made it over here to the Kanab area. Oh, who knows? I don't know how they keep up with those things anyway. There's so millions of packages every day. But yeah, we're going to show you around this little campsite and down here in the BLM land, and we'll kind of go from there. And there's little Zen in the back of the bus. We're down here by the creek. I am anyway, which is right here. So, but yeah, we'll show you around this campsite. It's kind of a nice camping area, not really big area, but and it's noisy too. A lot of ATVs going through here and Jeeps. There's ATV and Jeep trails back down that way. And a while ago, they came like 20 of them came by, and it was a roar for 5 minutes. But that's all right. We can handle it. We got this view and this peacefulness. We can handle a few minutes of noise. And here's the bus. I would love to get back further towards the water. My chair's over there. But this is one thing you always, when you want to park, look around and see what the conditions are, because the bus is not quite level. But if I wanted to go further back, look what was here. Look who's been stuck back here. This whole area back here is about a foot of just soft sand. It's like a beach. And if I got back any further than where I was, I would be stuck in a matter of a heartbeat. As you can tell, somebody's gotten wedged up in here and made some ruts. But a nice flat spot, but you can't get to it unless you got a vehicle with wide tracks. That's why the bus is kind of sitting there, but it's pretty level. It didn't bother me any. I slept good because my head is up, so not a problem. But there's some of the scenery around the outside, just in a canyon through here. This area over here is pretty too. A nice campsite on the other side. A lot of those rocks that are just layers and layers of rock. Just going on a little walk here. Really windy today, but look at some of these rocks. These are just, I just like how they're formed. They're all formed by water flow. They got those, like the lines in them where the water goes through. And Like I said, a lot of this is sandstone, so it erodes out pretty easily. Walk up here and look at this sandstone. Can't get the dog to move. So I like how this just forms out here. This, look at that, beautiful. This goes way back up in here. The big crack goes up in there. Give me something living up there. Good place for a nice, cool hideaway. This is nice. It could have water probably came through there at one time, I'm sure. It created this flow. I gotta be careful as I go back. But yeah, this is just sandstone. You can just see it just flake off. It just really deteriorates quickly when it gets something on it. There's Zen down there. I got a camper across the street. And Utah has no shortage of this scenery. The trees growing out of the middle of the rocks, the sandstone. And this is a turnaround down here. It's actually a dead end, not a dead end, but a private road that goes further down. Another nice campsite down here at the end of the little road, but it's definitely need a four-wheel drive and a high clearance to get in because this is really super sandy. Again, it's like a beach. You just step in it and your feet just sink. Little creeks right over there. And back behind us are all the ATVs that are coming through. There are a lot of them. And spring is just about here. As you can tell, their leaves are just starting to come out on these cottonwood trees. And it's the end of April. So spring runs late here in the southwest, especially in the higher elevation. And here's the cattle garden, and this is the leased property. Barracks Ranch, privately leased land. Just on Google Map, there's a couple houses down there with some farmland around it, so privately leased in the BLM probably. But a lot of ATVs going down that way. Please close gate. I don't think that gate has been open in a long time. Well, it could have, but it's pretty rugged. There's a gate there that, look at the backdrops. Another ATV trail going up the mountain. Had a little shelter here with a fire ring and at one time, and all the little pinholes, water holes that get into the sandstone. This is a really good dirt road for, especially for ATVs. Now, someday I wouldn't mind having at least renting an ATV and trying it out, because it's put me in a lot of places that I couldn't get to by walking. So maybe I'll do that sometime. I know down at Quartzsite you can rent them there, and also I've got a program if you buy one through the RV place, you can store it there while you don't use it. So that'd be kind of handy too. But here's some more campsites down here. It's like a working cattle area, a horse stall, and they're big rigs. You can put, like, as you can see, there's 5 of them right there. So big area for the bigger rigs to go in. And this is a spot I met a guy last night named Craig. Real nice guy. Talked about 2 hours to him. So he was here with his dog Buddy. Buddy, I think his dog was 16 or 17 years old. Little long-haired Docky. And we had a good conversation because he just got on the road about 2 months ago. So all this was kind of new, living in his car. So this was a new thing. He had a lot of questions, and I was able to answer several of them. There's this camper spot there somebody parked last night. It's really windy though. Just comes in gusts. I forgot about that in Utah. It just comes in gusts. That big tree in front of us, an old cottonwood. I think that's what that is. Man, it's been there a long time. Kind of cool the way it's grown over, and it'd be a great fort for kids. And right above this is the highway. You can see vehicles going up there. That's Highway 89 going towards Kanab. 6% in grade, 4 miles. Well, the horse corral is actually used. A couple of ponies in there. And this is where we were yesterday in the other video. Right over there is the Belly of the Dragon tunnel. It's got a pretty good parking lot, trash and porta potties. And it's just real close to where we're camped. Another big site down there, really sandy, water access. And there's like 5 or 6 more that way towards the road. The highway's right over there. The entrance is. And the highway runs out above the tunnel right here. You can see a truck going by. But yeah, we're not too far away. It's right up there. This is what you see when you drive up towards my camp area where I'm at. A lot of rocks, a lot of road, and a lot of wind. And just like that, the wind is just like stopped. It just comes in gusts and just stays around. But a beautiful area. Like I said, there's a highway that goes through around that cliff, and then there's some rocks below it. I don't know what it was. Some there. Maybe that was an old highway or old road. Maybe I can get up there sometime and see. Because they were placed there. They're not natural. That's actually a wall of some sort. But there's an actual pathway here in the trees that we can go up maybe tomorrow or the next day and see if we can get up that way. I don't know if we will or not. That's pretty high. Let's see how energetic we are. So with that, we'll say thanks for watching this video, and we're going to go back to the campsite and rest up for the night, and we'll see you guys on around Utah.